All right, guys, welcome to the December 2020 budget with me. And if you usually don't stick around for these, make sure you stick around for all of this one because this is going to be the 1 month that everything radically changes. I mean, everything's pretty much been the same in these since the inception of me making this type of video, but I'm mostly moved out of the old apartment and mostly moved into the new one. So this is the month where you're going to see some pretty big changes in the budget rather than it being about the same month to month. So going down here, I'm still not expecting any paycheck because I'm not working. I'm on unemployment. Not expecting any referral income this month. Haven't got any notifications of that. So we'll change that down to 0. So that puts us at negative 2,500 here. But to combat that, you will see so far, I did get some stuff that's been categorized. I haven't checked Mint's auto categorization for this, so I can't say that it's right or not. Just keep that in mind as we go through here. 290, this is unemployment. So I actually want to set up a budget for unemployment since I'm going to be on that for a while. And I know that I'm going to be getting this weekly. So I just got paid for the first week of the month. And I believe it comes in on Friday, I think. So there's going to be 4 Fridays this month. So that's going to put me at 290 times 4. So that's 1160. And this is gross. So I will have to pay taxes on it at the end of the year. All right. So far 290 of 1160. So that helped out there. That's got us to 1364. And this is not going to be a balanced budget this month, but we're getting close to that because if you look at past months, this number has actually been a lot worse. So car insurance should be right about the same. Gas and fuel, I am going to change this to 200. The reason being, you see how high it is already, and we're only the first week into the month. It's because I'm using the car to get the last of the stuff out of the apartment. So for the next 9 days, I'm going to have to basically make a bunch more trips. But then by December 18th, when I have to be out of the old apartment, I'll be set in one place here. So it's just a 1-month thing that's going to go up. Oh, God. Did not realize I put 2,000. That's a little too much. There. Okay. I know the electric bill went up for some reason last month, and I want to look into it. I think it's roughly 45. I don't know why it would go up that much because I don't think I used any more than normal. As of right now, I will still have to pay these utilities, and I'll probably have to pay a partial bill next month. But after that, electric, internet, and gas will be going away. Student loan is going to stay the same. And fast food should roughly stay the same. There is less than $200 left on the per diem card, but I am still using that for food and groceries and restaurants right now. So there will be something in this budget, and next month we're going to have to budget for something, but right now I think we're okay to leave it where it is. So I'm not going to do any gifts or donations, and there's nothing in the doctor category. Last month, I budgeted $500 for that, and I've let my counselor know that I'm going to be discontinuing counseling. I have one more appointment here in a couple of days that I'm going to. That's going to be $125, but that's going to be it. And it's partially because I can't justify, with not having a job, paying $500 a month for this. But I'm also just to a point where I don't feel like it's helping very much anymore. If I do go back to counseling at some point in the future, I want to go to somebody who specializes in a couple of more specific areas rather than just being a general counselor, because like I said, I'm kind of at a point where my counselor is not really able to answer the questions that I'm asking. As you can see here, rent is different because my rent was prorated for 18 days. So I'm going to go ahead and change this. I'm going to make it 402, and then this category will probably disappear for next month. Okay, so they've already cashed my check. Now, things are a little complicated because while I still plan to be out in 8 days, 9 days, whatever it is, from the time of recording this video, I am working with the apartment community because there's some other stuff going on. It is possible that I might have to pay the rest of it to make it up to $689 for this month, but I'm not going to do that for any future months. So I'm waiting to hear back from the regional manager on some stuff with that. Very long, complicated story, and at some point I'll make a video to explain that to you guys. But more than likely, I think I'm going to be stuck here with what I'm paying here. The only problem being I might potentially lose out on a big chunk of money in the future by moving, but I was given some wrong information by them and then wasn't provided other information by them, and that's why I made the decision to move. It's just a whole mess right now, and I'm trying to get it straightened out with them, but in the meantime, I don't want to pay any extra rent if I'm going to have to end up leaving. But again, I will make a video about that once that's all concluded to tell you guys what happened with that and about the process of moving out. Renter's insurance is right on. I did go ahead and pay for the full month, but it is possible because I'm canceling it on the 18th that they might give me a prorated refund. I tried to schedule it to be canceled on the 18th, but they said that as soon as you cancel it, it's canceled immediately. So I want to leave it active for now. Storage, I'm going to pay the same amount, and stuff for mom, just paying her storage is all I'm planning. I do want to leave this clothing budget on here because as you'll see here in a bit, I have a gym membership, so I want to start going to the gym, but I only have one pair of gym clothes, and even then the shorts that I have don't have a crotch in them. So I want to get a few items of gym clothes so I can go maybe 3 times a week. So I'm going to leave that on there. And then with business expenses, just for this month, I'm going to put it up to $254 just because that is what I spent. $254 is for a P.O. box, which I know not everybody watches these videos, so I'm going to make a separate video just announcing that I have a P.O. box, and then I'll put it, different places like in the description of videos. That way, if you guys want to send me anything, I'll start a series of videos where I just open what you guys send me on screen, and then we can talk about it. I've had a few requests for that over time, but I went ahead and did it, and I paid for the entire year. And with paying for a year at a time, I got a month for free. So that's paid through the end of 2021 at this point. So business expenses, at least as far as the mailbox, won't show up on next month's budget. And with that being said, of course, we don't budget for everything else. And the payoff credit card, this is going to be lowered. Again, I keep forgetting to do this. The minimum payment on that's about $45 this month. But we do need to add a couple of budget categories here. The first thing that we've got to put is, let's put the gym. And that's going to be, you know what, guys, I forget what it is. I think it's $45 a month. We'll put that, and I'll adjust that in the future. Now, I did already pay for that. There was a Black Friday special, and I paid for 2 months and got the 3rd month free. So that's paid for December, January, and February. So it won't actually show up until March's budget. And then the very last thing that I've got to put on here is parking. I have paid roughly $40 right now for parking. My new place does have on-street parking, but it's for like 2 or 3 hours. So I did have to pay for parking. That's like one of the only downsides of living here. But Let me create a budget for that. Just the reality of living downtown. So, but it's worth it for cheap rent. It is $40 a month. They did not charge me a deposit for the key. They are supposed to, so that was nice. And they did prorate it for me. So we've got the gym on here. You see I paid 86. So okay, I guess so that means it's 43 a month. So we can go ahead and change that. So 43. I essentially paid for 2 months and got a month free. And then where did it put parking? Okay. They didn't charge me the full amount that I took out. They charged me a little less. So I'll split that transaction and it'll be under budget just when I get a chance to straighten that out. So that's where we are for right now. You see my income here, my spending here, and then the money that's going to goals, which will be a little bit less because I've got to change that amount for what I'm actually paying on the credit card minimum. So that puts me at negative $13.79. But keep in mind, this is a weird month because I'm paying partly higher expenses for the apartment in Columbus, partly higher expenses for the place here in Parkersburg. And I have to pay both of them. So this is going to be the high month. And when we make the budget for January, like basically there's not going to be hardly any expenses. I mean, it's going to be cut down quite a bit because you got to think I won't have the $125 for counseling. I won't have the $400 that I paid here for rent. And I won't have most of these utility costs. So I may still be in a place where I'm in the red, but I won't be much in the red. And then at that point, it's just the struggle to find ways to increase my income. But that's what I'm doing. That's the whole point of doing this little experiment, is to get my self off the ground and be able to support myself myself. So anyway, guys, that's what I'm doing right now. Keep in mind for later this month, we'll still do a live stream at the end of the month. But in the meantime, I have a video already made about why I left the job I had in the spring. Just got to edit that and get that up for you. And then I have a short little video too that I haven't shot yet, but since it's short, I'm pretty sure I can get that up for you this month too. I will be, as of the 18th or 19th of December, working full-time on YouTube, which means that I should have time to get all this done for you guys and out by the end of the year. So leave me any questions below. I will get back to you. And if you guys didn't see it, I do now have a Patreon, and you're welcome to help me make this my full-time job. You can sponsor me for as little as $1 a month. And if you do $10 a month or more, then you'll get access to a second live stream each month that'll only be for patrons. So thanks for watching, guys, and please consider supporting me in some way so I can just do this full time. Thank you.